Okay, so we are going to take some time to showcase the big bad, or our version of the big bad. We're playing dragons today. Uh, Dragons are fucking disgusting. Let's just get that out of the way. Not only do dragons have an incredible game plan with turn 3 Town-razer Tyrant, they also have some of the best mana base in the entire format. I can't think of a better deck that could utilize 3 colors. Temple of the Dragon Queen and Forsaken Crossroads both act as triomes in this deck. They count as 3 different mana sources when you're calculating your mana. And that's fucked up, man, because now we can run counter spells comfortably in the form of Syncopate, and we can run Divine Purge because Divine Purge is busted. So, I mean, we're just adding more busted cards to an already busted archetype. The game plan is what you see with most dragon lists. It is Fearsome Whelp turn 2, Town-razer Tyrant turn 3. I mean, if you sit down and ask yourself, what is the win condition of dragons? It is Town-razer Tyrant turn 3, 100%. I mean, that's all you have to do, effectively. But now we have support from things like Syncopate and Divide by Zero and Divine Purge just to keep them from doing anything, really. Just sit there, smack yourself in the face for 2 damage every turn until we win, okay? That's the game plan. We have the usual cast here, obviously. Fearsome Whelp, Orb of Dragonkind, A-Goldspan Dragon. Valorous Stance is great, man. Yeah, more people should include this in their list already. If they're running Boros or if they're in white at all, include Valorous Stance. There's a lot of toughness 4 or greater creatures to pick off here. And, you know, if Goldspan Dragon comes down and swings, he can protect himself with it as well. So that flexibility is really clutch. Our list has a 76% win rate in top 1200 Mythic. So, I mean, you don't get more egregious than that. In Standard, Mono White and Alrund's Epiphany are heavily complained about, and I don't think they ever bested like a 60% win rate overall on Tap GG. So, to put it into perspective, a 76% win rate in top 1200 Mythic is just completely disgusting. If you are just into deck techs or you don't want to watch all of the matches, I'm going to leave a timestamp down below. Skip ahead if you want to hear my thoughts on what the deck is good against and what the deck is bad against. You might be surprised what I have to say about what the deck is bad against, or you might really not be surprised at what I have to say about that. Leave me a comment down below if you agree. Leave me a comment if you disagree and why. I don't think it's really an arguable point. I think that it's a goddamn fact. But let's get into some games. Tell me what you think. Let's showcase this beast. Okay. Just woke up here after taking a day off. Let's see how badly our rank has degraded. I think we were at 200 yesterday. Wow, all the way down to 400. Okay. Man, they really expect that you got to play this game for constantly to maintain your rank, eh? It's not that great of a hand either. Don't have a guaranteed third turn play. Let's play this as blue. It might confuse him. Dragon's not typically running blue. Now let's set the trap. He doesn't have mana open for Jwari, so Well. Yeah. Good game, man. 320. Oh, that's rough, eh? You want to keep it because you got a 4-drop, but your opponent goes first and you don't have a play till turn 4. So I don't think you can. Yeah, probably lose this one. I think this is how this deck loses. Just bad draw. That's how it loses. It loses to itself. It doesn't lose to the opponent. I guess we can just throw this down here. I don't foresee us winning, but we do have a Divine Purge, so we'll see. It's possible, certainly. Play this as a red here. Maybe we should not have played that. Oh, looks like our game's doing something funky. Yeah, I don't know if we should have played that simply because the Divine Purge actually hits it. That's one bad part about Divine Purge in this deck, but we might be able to clear the board just with Dragonfire, depending on what he's dropping here. Probably won't be a brushstroke, right? Because then he would have played it before. Okay, he did that a little wrong. Definitely did that a little wrong. Obviously I want to cast the Divine Purge here, but I don't want to get rid of my turn 4 Goldspan play. So we might just remove the Blood Artist. Take 4 damage. Play the Goldspan next turn. We can clear the board after that. This is definitely where the deck fails, though. So we'll see. We'll see. We're up against a strong deck, and we drew very poorly. We'll be down to 13, maybe. Okay. Okay, so he has a lot of damage. A lot. Do we need to Divine Purge now? It's quite possible. We can sack the Orb and Divine Purge. The following turn we can... yeah, sack the Orb, Divine Purge. Next turn we can still play the Goldspan. I think we need to get rid of this shit here. Let's sack it. Hopefully we can take over. The following turn. No Town-razer kind of sucks. If he has another Sanguine Brushstroke, I think we're pretty dead. He's very high on health too. We haven't put enough pressure on the board at all. Another Brushstroke. Okay, so we're probably dead. Yeah, there's not too much. We just didn't have the resources we needed to do anything about this. He had the perfect hand for our hand. And that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, unfortunately. If he has any removal, that's pretty good for him. He'll gain a life. So he's probably running Inferno Grass, so he'll technically lose a life. But he has 3 life gain in his back pocket right now. So he's technically at 21 life, right? So we can actually play another Goldspan and have a Moonveil Regent defending, or we can do Goldspan Town-razer Tyrant, which I like better. He'll be dropped to 10. Town-razer on the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, I think. We can always trade with the Adeline with the Town-razer. Keep in mind, he still has 3 life, so he's technically at 13, and we are technically at, well, 8. But if he doesn't have removal here, we have lethal with Inferno of the Star Mounts. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's lethal, right? 6 plus 3, yeah, that's lethal. Okay, so he had it. Good game. That's how you lose. All right. Couple of devastating losses there. Fearsome Whelp, Town-razer. I mean, that's a keepies. Keep the Divine Purge or the Divide by 0. I think we want to keep the Divine Purge, but we need double red, so we're so far from casting it that we keep the Divide by 0. That feels bad. That feels bad. Yeah, so looks like we're against an aggro deck, so we'll see how we do. We need to draw a land here. So we're at the mercy of a land. We do not draw a land. It's incredibly unfortunate. We do have a Dragonfire. We can pick this off now and not risk the Snakeskin Veil. I think we do it. Yeah. I think we do it. We got land screwed. It's unfortunate. Turn 4 Town-razer, obviously nowhere near as powerful as turn 3 Town-razer. Now he's going to start drawing from our deck if he hits us. He's got a Blizzard Brawl. We can still get the Town-razer out. No land again. Very unfortunate. If we no land again, we're pretty damn screwed here. We can trade with the Stormseeker. We're on the back foot. We don't have anything. If we don't draw a land next turn, we don't have the Goldspan. However, I think we're taking 4 here. Yeah, at least we got the land. We can Syncopate next turn to somewhat defend ourselves. We can Valorous Stance the Stormseeker and just hope he doesn't really get anything off of the Rahilda. He goes down to 8. We have lethal on board. He chooses not to. Probably a wise decision. Does he swing with all? Probably. I mean... We using the Valorous Stance, though? I don't think we are. We go down to 10. The following turn, he can swing and kill us. I mean... Does he have a Snakeskin Veil, though? Let's play on the side of caution and hope he doesn't have a Snakeskin Veil here. Okay, 4 damage is much more palatable. He has a Divine Purge that does nothing for him. That was very good for us. Cemetery Prowler comes down. So next turn he swings for... Why didn't the... Oh, yeah, he already used his... Okay, so we swing here. We got a Moonveil Regent in the back to block. Or we keep up a Divide by 0 for something that he has. 5, 6 damage, eh? Yeah, maybe we hold up the Syncopate and the Divide by 0 here. We can divide the Rahilda back to hand. And we still have 2 mana for the Syncopate. Yeah. Alright, GG's. Rourke the Griefer. This is a no keep, definitely not. This is a we lose the game hand, for sure. Being on the draw as dragons is also shit. They have a chance to interact with your whelp. I mean, this is a bad hand, but not sure how bad we want to how aggressively we want to mulligan. So we'll do this for science. Not gonna lie, we almost assuredly lose this match. Oh, we do have a whelp. We do have a whelp. Unfortunately, Divine Purge doesn't get rid of artifacts. Not that I'm suggesting that should be in the balance changes. I think it's strong enough. But, yeah, I'm just saying. It's unfortunate for us at the moment. At the moment. So we can get the Moonveil Regent down right now. It's a good blocker. We have a Goldspan Dragon for next turn. Goldspan can come down, swing, and Divine Purge. Let's see if he wins the lottery on this one here. Obviously, we would prefer he does not win the lottery. That'd be great. Getting a Sigil of the Empty Throne on... Oh, okay. That one's not too bad, I don't think. Not too bad. Are we just crossroading here and holding up? I mean, we can't hold up Divine Purge anyway, so are we going to scry here? I think we scry here. Let's get down to blue mana. A Dragonfire. We have a Divine Purge, so don't think we actually need to keep the Dragonfire. Be nice to get more dragons. We're doing 9 this turn. Oh, this cough, man. Okay. So we have a Syncopate, which is actually kind of clutch, right? It'll allow us to swing with everything and counter whatever it is he wants to do next. Is there a world where he can win this? I don't know. I don't know his deck at all. Even if he has a charger, we can syncopate it. I think he's pretty fucked here. Froghemoth is, I don't know if it's good in this meta. It'd be good against a control deck, maybe as a sideboard card. But I don't think it's that great in this meta, considering everything's a flyer. It's great against those liar decks, though. I will say that. But main board, I don't think so. GG's. If nothing else, at least the wins are fast and the losses are fast as well. So this deck's pretty fucking disgusting. Let's see what we're getting here. Town-razer and Fearsome Whelp in the hand, and we go first. That's definitely a keep. Blue. So it's possible he has a Jwari Disruption here. I'm not sure we want to play into a Jwari Disruption. I think the answer to that is no. However, I mean, it's a great play, but just not sure we really want to do that. Feels bad. Maybe we send out the Moonveil Regent to eat the Jwari, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Fateful Absence on the Whelp is okay. That must mean he has another removal for the Moonveil? Yeah, he does. Okay. That's okay. Let's target his white. If we draw a land next turn, we got a Fearsome Whelp. Or sorry, we have a Goldspan Dragon. It's going to Divine Purge just to get rid of the tokens here. We do hold open the Dragonfire in case he Teferis, but he'll probably +1 the Teferi, right? I mean, maybe not. He might -2 it. We slamming Goldspan? Do we slam Goldspan into open mana? I mean, we have a Moonveil Regent in the back, so most it'll be probably is a Divide by Zero. Okay, he has a Faithful Mending. Could be a Juari. He's got quite a few draws here to find a Juari. It's also gaining quite a bit of life. If he finds Juari and has a Doomscar in hand, I'd say we're in pretty big trouble. Fateful Absence on the Town-razer. Why would that be? Why would you do Town-razer versus the Goldspan? Not really sure. Not really sure. Maybe he's just tilted. He can Faithful Mending again and gain 2 more life. Try and find his answers. Divide by 0 on the Goldspan. We'll use the treasure now. Just to draw. We get our own Divide by 0. So he's tapped out of mana. That's good for us. He's tapped out of mana, and we can hold up a Divide by 0. So that's really good for us, I would say. It's down to 2, so he has to sack his land here. He only has 1 white. 1 white, 5 mana. Memory Deluge. I don't think this is going to do it for him. Excuse the cough. I think I got the COVID. GG's. If you hate control, just run dragons. Hey guys, so hope you enjoyed the matches. Dragons are fucking devastating, man. That's all I have to say. So I'll walk you through the anomaly here. Says I got a 76% win rate down here, 13-4. But then when I hover over my graph, this is the first time I played Jeskai Dragons. There's nowhere else on the grid, and I'm at a 13-3, which is an 81% win rate. So I don't fucking know. Maybe I dropped a game somewhere and couldn't find it on my recordings or anything like that. So very, very strange. Yeah, but it shows up in the match history too. So anyway, what did it lose against? It lost against the mirror match, Boros Dragons. Probably we were on the draw. It lost against a mono black control list. But it went 50-50 with an Orzhov control list. It went 2-0 against Azorius Control. It went 1-1 with mono white aggro. It might have been mono white aggro, it might have been clerics. I think it was clerics actually. Yeah, now that I'm saying it, yeah, it was clerics. It's good against Selesnya clerics. Went 1-0 against Rakdos Dragons. A lot of dragons, a lot of control matchups here at Top Mythic, and but let's get to the heart of it. What is this deck good against? Everything. The deck is not bad against anything. Now, let's be a little fucking tricky here. What is the deck bad against? Other dragons, if you're on the draw. It's also bad against just not drawing or having a turn 3 Town-razer Tyrant. The only thing that this deck is bad against is you drawing badly. I believe that 100%. This deck is fucking disgusting. I wanted to get this video out before it gets the ban hammer because I cannot foresee a world where it does not get the ban hammer. So if you don't have any of these cards already, I would absolutely not craft them because they will most likely be banned. I don't see how, at least in best of one, this deck really has any bad matchups aside from the shuffler. You know, its weakness is literally the shuffler, and if that's the worst thing your deck has going for it, it's a tier 1 deck. It's probably the best deck in the format, and I believe that. Divine Purge, I got some of the videos that didn't get included were Divine Purge was a great inclusion. It's fantastic against those Orzhov Control lists. So we got a 1/1 here. Just clearing the chaff, getting rid of the blood tokens can be very important. The Syncopate definitely pulled its weight. Just having it in the back pocket allowed me to swing comfortably and know that really there's nothing my opponent could do to get back at me. Valorous Stance, once again, giving something indestructible or killing. The flexibility in this card is fantastic in this meta. Destroying a target with toughness 4 or greater, it comes up so fucking often. Everything's toughness 4 or greater that you care about removing. So, and doubling its protection is just fantastic, especially with the treasure from the Goldspan Dragon. Divide by 0, I would play with this slot. The rest of them I would say are a pretty solid yes, and the Divide by 0 is maybe. I mean, the deck's so strong anyway. If you turn 3 Town-razer, you don't really got to worry. I mean, these are kind of flex spots in my opinion anyways. These are all the dragons I really want to run in general. I don't really want to run any other types of dragons. Nadar, I don't know. Like, Nadar is a weird concept in the sense that I might keep a hand seeing that I have a turn 3 play when really I shouldn't. So if your only turn 3 play is, let's say I draw a hand, I don't have a Fearsome Whelp, but I have a Nadar and a Town-razer Tyrant. Nadar's too weak to play turn 3, man. Like, especially when you're in a dragon meta. Like, I'm going up in the dragon mirror, and, you know, I'm going to slam into Nadar turn 3. Fuck that, man. No, you can't do it. You can't do it. So it's actually a false sense of security to have Nadar in your hand. So for that reason, I don't really like to run him. He also doesn't activate your Dragon's Fire to deal 4 or anything like that. So the only reason to have him would be simply to say you had a dragon in hand. The reason we can run Jeskai comfortably in an aggro deck, and make no mistake, just because this deck has, like, I would call it aggro or tempo. Just because this deck has a really high converted mana cost does not make it a control deck, and it does not make it a mid-rangey deck. This deck aims to completely dominate and win the game basically from turn 3. I mean, you're not winning the game on turn 3, but as the videos show, you're winning the game on turn 3. Okay, you have the Town-razer down. Your opponent is dead. There's nothing they can fucking do about it. It's the end of the game. They're on life support maybe till turn 5, turn 6, but there's nothing they can do. It's basically won. Anyway, the reason it can run 3 colors very comfortably and you don't really have many mana issues is Dragons, on top of everything else going for it, has the best mana that you can possibly have in the format. You have Forsaken Crossroads acting as a triome, essentially. Counts for 3 different mana source colors when you're calculating your mana. And you have Temple of the Dragon Queen that does the same. So this deck is just straight busted. I mean, the fact that you have the perfect mana, you might even be able to run fucking 4 colors in this. For all, like, I'm not going to try it. There's no real cards that I want to include. Maybe Tiamat or something to get cheeky, but it doesn't need it. It doesn't need it. You win by turn 3, and that's it. You don't need Tiamat. You don't need sustain and stuff like that. Having the best mana base in the format is another thing that's definitely a massive upside to playing dragons. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it, and I hope you have a good day.